the rundown and, of course, take a look at some of the stories that we have tonight. So how are you doing this evening? Thank you very much for joining us. This is Every TV Primetime News. We have a lot in store for you, including the blows and counter blows. This is between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, that is Dr. William Ruto. And of course, we have witnessed a number of events that has happened, and especially in the beginning of the week. And to cap it all is the fact that President Uhuru Kenyatta daring his deputy to quit or resign if he is frustrated with the current ruling Jubilee Party. But the DP actually answered the president today, and of course we'll be telling you what the deputy president said as far as his political stand when it comes to the Jubilee. So what really happened between the bromance between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, and the fact that it is fading and very fast. So what next for Deputy President William Ruto? What next for President Uhuru Kenyatta? And of course, when it comes to the projects that they started together, what will happen to that? Well, we'll be having a discussion on the same as far as the intrigues between or on the fading relationship that is between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, that is Dr. William Ruto, tonight in the broadcast. And of course, we'll be speaking to Augustine Njeru Gathangu, who is a former Runyenjes Member of Parliament, just to understand what's going on between the two leaders, that is President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, Dr. William Ruto. You do not want to miss that part of the interview, but first here are the top stories. While Every TV Primetime News begins right now. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Winnie Lubembe. Our sign anchor tonight is Joyce Wairimo, and be sure to tune in the next 55 minutes or so. And of course, we'll have a lot in store for you, including an interview on the intrigues. And this is on the fallout between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his second in command, and that is Dr. William Ruto. Now, the political marriage between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy, that is Dr. William Ruto, has turned ugly following back and forth over the 2022 succession politics. Ruto, who has been asked to quit if not comfortable with the ruling Jubilee administration, has told his boss that he will not retreat, neither surrender. And as our political affairs reporter Jeff Kayemba now reports, the turn of events are likely to leave many with political injuries following realignments after the fall of the Building Bridges initiative. Take a look.
It's full-blown as the fight between the commander-in-chief and his second-man-in-command escalates ahead of the 2022 general elections.
Well, thanks, Jeff. And of course, let's stick with that conversation for a moment here, where, like we said, we have clearly seen that President Uhuru Kenyatta and his second-in-command, that is William Ruto, are currently not in good terms. And for the first time, we've had Deputy President actually lashing out at President Uhuru Kenyatta, and this is quite in the open. So we just want to understand the intrigues behind that. And like I said, today or tonight, we're joined by Augustine Njeru Gathangu, who is a former Runyenjes Member of Parliament. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, for joining us tonight. And just first things first. Now, is this relationship officially over? Because again, for a very long time, we've had the 2 years lashing out at each other. But for the first time, we'd witnessed Deputy President, that is Dr. William Ruto, clearly lashing out at President Uhuru Kenyatta following his remarks daring him to quit if he is not happy with the current Jubilee administration. So really, is the relationship officially over?
It will be very sad, and it is in fact for me, to see these two men who were married politically conveniently, arguing and quarreling, bringing their followers into disrepute in a time when Kenya is waiting for another general election. Just when they have finished the 10 years, they want to tell us that each one of them is a man of his own and they do not need each other. All they need is Kenyan following, meaning that they think we are stupid, they think we are pharaohs just to follow, we are docile, and we can only remain passive. I disagree.
Disagree with the way they are handling, I would say they're falling bromance, or would you disagree with the fact that people, that is Kenyans in general, are assuming? And really, can we say that people are assuming? Because we can clearly see that there is a fallout between the two of them. I mean, the first time, when they were elected as, of course, a pair, they were very, very close. I mean, they would wear matching ties, they would, matching shirts and all those things. So we clearly saw that they were really, really close. But then coming into the second term is where we started seeing the falling out of the two. So really, is it fair to say maybe people are assuming too much? Or we're reading too much into what is happening?
Okay. If we remember how these men became men in our politics, then you can actually see the pretense and hypocrisy that they employed when they campaigned together and eventually were elected. First and foremost, Uhuru Kenyatta was actually recruited by Daniel Toroitich Moi specially to make sure that Moi disqualified everybody else but have Mutoto Wanjomo. Secondly, is that because of the problems they had in 2007, 2008, they wanted to work together to remove the noose from their necks, which they did perfectly because the two communities decided to save their sons from the gallows. And number three is that after each one of them felt that he was safe enough, then they decided to quit ways. One, why did they disagree? They have never told us. They don't tell us. They are not going to tell us. And why? Because they had so many things in common, including eating together, sharing the scores together, and you never know what else. They are mum and silent about it. That is why Kenyans must be very careful about which side of the two do they follow, because in the end, they are going to be left on the wrong side, because these two men have got almost nothing to lose by losing Kenyans or having them in one bag.
What the Constitution allows for both of them, because clearly they are frustrated. The deputy president is frustrated. The president is frustrated. The president says we need to focus on the projects that we had promised the Kenyans. But now it's like the president is doing all the projects, by himself, with the deputy criticizing the government. So when it comes to then options constitutionally, what options do they have? Because, like I said, both of them are frustrated with each other or with how things are running now.
Three men, therefore, according to your statement, who are actually playing chess. One of them is Uhuru Kenyatta, the other one is Ruto, and there is a third party called Raila Odinga. In fact, what I want to say is this. The day that you start thinking about the primos in politics and taking independent and individual stands, then you are actually talking about splitting the nation and creating followerships that in the end could create a lot of hatred. And that hatred can be able to mutate itself into violence.
All right, and of course, indeed, peace is what we want in the country, even as we head towards the 2022 general election. So we hope that, again, things will be better, not worse, even as we prepare for the 2022 general election. So thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. That is Augustine Jerry Gadhango, who is a former Runyenjes Member of Parliament. Thank you very much, sir, for your time tonight. Really, really appreciate your insight on the discussion tonight.
Yes, I just missed my githeri, but there is no problem. Nitakula wakati mwingine.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your time. And of course, on that note, let's take a short break. But when we come back, we'll still have a lot, in our bulletin tonight. And of course, we'll also be looking at some of the stories as far as the ruling, by the Supreme Court as far as the BBI is concerned. Of course, we still get reactions after reactions as far as that is concerned. So we'll be having that story after this short break. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. Glad you're still with us. Remember, this is Ebru TV Prime Time News. We have a lot in store for you, but then again, we're so limited on time. So let's just jump straight into some of the stories that we have for you. And cracks have emerged at the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, after a section of members said that they will rethink a way forward for the failed BBI project. Suna East Member of Parliament, Jeanette Mohammed, maintains that they are yet to decide on whether to move to the Supreme Court, despite ODM leader, that is Raila Odinga, saying the BBI is behind him and is now focusing on 2022. Here is our reporter, Abdiaziz Hashim.
Even before the dust settles on the 7-judge bench ruling at the second highest court in the land, leaders are torn in the middle over the said ruling. A section of BBI promoters have accepted the ruling. However, there are some who have done the same, but it is still a bitter pill to swallow. The leaders, led by Suna East Member of Parliament Jeanette Mohammed, have maintained that they are yet to decide on whether to appeal at the Supreme Court or not, even as the ODM leader Raila Odinga says they are now focusing on the 2022 polls.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. Either tomorrow afternoon or Thursday morning, we shall give a comprehensive statement on our position on this matter as the Secretariat of the BBI.
All right, and unfortunately, that is where we have to say goodbye right here on Ebru TV Primetime News. I mean, we could do this for a long period of time, but then again, time is not on our side. So we have to say goodnight. So I want to say a very big thank you to everybody who put together this bulletin, from our reporters to our video editors who made sure that this bulletin is a success. And of course, not forgetting our technical team led by our director, Joseph, not forgetting Kev, as well as Abdi Fatah, who ensured that this bulletin is a success. And of course, tonight, we also want to say a special thank you. That is to our camera person for the night. His name is just Kibe. He has done all the tricks. And of course, we have, the jib. Look at him. He is clearly following me. There he is, and of course doing his thing, doing amazing things tonight. So let me just come over on this other side, not to mess up his shots, because he clearly will be like, Winnie, what are you doing here? So just he is shocked. Thank you very much, Kibe. You've been amazing tonight. Karibu sana. And of course, not forget, ni kujituma, sindio? You mentioned kujituma, so I'm pretty sure your parents watching at home, I'm sure they're very proud. Situme salamu waraka. December. So wait until December mtakula mbuzi. And of course, I do not want to forget our sign anchor tonight. He's somewhere, watching us. Please come over and say, okay, all right. He's like, thank you guys, no worries. Okay, Joyce Wairimu, our sign anchor tonight. And clearly we're being chased out of the studio. So thank you very much to everyone who made sure that this bulletin is a success. And of course, thank you for watching. So we'll see you some other time. But for now, it's goodbye. My name is Winnie Lubembe. God bless. And remember to stay safe. See you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for my doctor. But until then, as always, stay safe. Good night.